we are back. We had a week, behind a week, but I'm starting a new training block this week. Last week was a deload week, and it fell kind of on a good spot. Unfortunately, we had some, my wife had a death in the family, and so we were dealing with that all last week, between passing and the arrangements and her sister coming to stay with us for the wake and funeral. There was a lot of driving to pick up my son from college, driving my sister-in-law to and from the airport multiple times. But I still got some training in. I missed multiple days. I didn't really get to bike, but I did get 3 runs in. I got a, a 6K, 4K, and a 2 miler. I was kind of messed up with what I had to do, so I wasn't tracking, and I just kind of guessed, but I got it in. And I just finished up warming up on the bike, the old biker, and getting ready for my run. I got 4 miles to do today, and I'm gonna get that in before I gotta take my son to school. Terrible video in here. This up. There we go. All right. So I'll be on the whiteboard. Be a Garage Warrior program this week. Bam! Today we got test number 5, Garage Warrior test 5, which is, I believe, 3 minutes, do 50 squats, air squats, and then row as many calories as possible, rest 2 minutes. I believe it's 5 rounds of that. I remember doing this last year. It was really good. It was really good. Your legs are like exploding at the end. Or you got your Mess You Up Monday, which is 800-meter run, what was it, 40 pull-ups and 70 push-ups. I think it was 4 rounds of that. And then tomorrow we have hand release push-ups and squats. Wednesday's a cardio and ab day. Thursday is deadlifts and Hindu push-ups. I think it's 10 down to 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 of deadlifts. Not positive on the weight, it might be 275, and Hindu push-ups. I did Hindu push-ups like a month or so ago, and I was like, holy moly, I'm smoked. Like, why are they so hard? Friday is a power clean day. Every minute on the minute. I think it's 3. Choose the weight kind of practice thing. Saturday is pull-up, toe to bar, and pull-up parts. I think it's just kind of like a recovery kind of workout. Just getting movement in. I believe there's strict toe to bar, strict pull-ups. I think it's like 5 pull-ups, 5 toe to bar, 20 pull-up parts, and then 5 toe to bar again. And I don't remember how many rounds. Might be like 8 rounds or something. I don't remember. I as you can see, I quickly write it down. And then Sunday is the stretch day, and the optional workout is lunges. I think it's 150 walking lunges. So that's it for that. Other than that, I did a 40K bike yesterday on the Ruvi app. Awesome. I got 4 miles to do today. I got 2 3-mile runs, 1 more 4-mile run, and then my long run of the week is an 8-mile. And then I think next week I'm doing the same amount of mileage, but I cut one of the 4s to a 3 and the 8 to the 9, and I upped the 8 to the 9. So it's the same amount of miles for the week, but my long run is 1 mile longer. I want to see how this goes. Trying to get the time on the feet. I'm not too concerned with total weekly mileage right now. It's more about the time on the feet and running and just holding somewhat of a pace to not be injured. And I'm going to see how that goes, for this block. And if it's working well, I'll do it again next block, and we'll see. And I'll just make adjustments every 4 weeks. I really need to slowly build this. I am definitely feeling my age and in this training compared to the other training I've done for Ironman. I mean, it's been 2.5 years since I've done an Ironman, and I'm nowhere near the volume I was doing at that time. And that was based over multiple years of continuous training. But I got injured in my last Ironman, and I had to deal with that, and just all that time, like I always say, like that time under tension, all that time under tension kind of, gone. I really need to rebuild it, and being, 3 years older, 2.5 years older, whatever it is, it's definitely a challenge. So, I'm trying to figure all that out. But so that's it. I want to try to get 2 rides in this week. I know I do a 5K, at least a 5K every morning to warm up, but I want to try to get, at least like a 10-mile bike in on the Ruby app, and that app kicks my butt. So, I gotta start getting back in the bike shape, and then I want to see how the next 2 training blocks go for the runs, and then possibly cut it back to 4 days a week of running, and I'll do 2 bike rides every week, and we'll see how that goes. But other than that, my son's coming home Tuesday, tomorrow. Well, this will probably drop on Tuesday, so today, and it's gonna be cool having him home for a couple weeks, and try to get his butt in working out with me. And he got a little fluffy from all his college eating. Even though he's wrestling, he hasn't been working out like he used to, and had the discipline with mom and dad around of keeping the junk food out of the house and all that. He's at college, so he can have junk food whenever he wants. So that's it. I'm going to get to my run, and I'll see you on the next